he missed this beautiful banana clown that's het pied, a very important clutch that we've been waiting for. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and we're gonna hit the snake room today. And I hear some rumors. Oh, there's Logan on his bike. We're gonna hit that snake room with Logan, and we're gonna check for eggs, and we're gonna check for cool hatching eggs, and you never know what we might find in that snake room, Logan. Right?
Yeah. And tomorrow we're going to the movie theater.
You're going to the movie. What movie are you gonna see?
Sonic 2.
Sonic 2. You've already seen Sonic 2 400 times at home.
No, 100.
Aren't you gonna be bored watching Sonic again in the movies?
No.
Are you gonna get popcorn?
Yeah, and soda.
Popcorn is that's all he wants to do is get popcorn and soda. You're not gonna tell the other kids what happens in the Sonic movie, are you?
No.
Okay, you don't want to ruin the movie for them.
Leave.
And I don't want to ruin the surprise for you guys, but I actually saw one of the ball pythons, clutch of eggs, and you never know. We got to check. It's funny because we're getting like a second wave of eggs now, so we kind of everything's hatching, and then we have this new second wave of eggs, which is kind of cool. Because I have some really high-end stuff. They're younger ball pythons that I didn't go early in the season, and I think they're gonna go now. So I'm excited to see what we got. I don't want to ruin the surprise. So let's go into the snake room and see what's cooking. I wanted to bring up one little video I saw online. I browse too, just like all of us do on social media, and I saw Brian Barczyk had reposted a video of when he went and visited Kevin McCurley at Nerd. And he saw the leucistic king cobra that Kevin had. I believe that snake has died since then, but that snake was so cool, so majestic. I mean, to have a huge cobra like that, be completely white with black eyes. I mean, that's probably the pinnacle animal to have. But you know what? I personally wouldn't want to have it just because I would probably die. I don't like the idea of like, if I'm gonna, like, I don't mind getting bit by snakes. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, it hurts for a second, but. And I don't really like it. It's annoying, but it's not like I have to worry about, okay, I'm going to die because of this. I don't like that whole thing like, uh-oh, I left the cage open. Where's the venomous snake, in my snake facility. Too scary for me. But I do enjoy vicariously watching guys like Kevin and Brian handle those crazy snakes. But that snake is just off the charts. I remember when I went to Tom Crutchfield's years ago. I don't know if I can pull the footage, but I saw he had a leucistic monocled cobra, I think it was, and it's not as big as the king cobra. Obviously, the king cobra is so awesome to see a white big snake like that. It's kind of like seeing a real big white boa or something like that. But the leucistic monocled cobra was really cool looking too. And I said, man, if I ever had a venomous snake, that's what I would have. But I won't have a venomous snake because I'm very accident prone. So that even though it's on the back of the wish list, but it's something I just wouldn't take a chance with. But those are pretty cool too because they're not so big, so that you can they're a little more manageable, I guess. But anyway, I'll put some footage of that video up. It was just wacky off the charts, man. I don't know how Kevin got that snake, but that thing was just off the chains. All right, we've been waiting for this one for quite a while, and she finally came through. Logan helping me out with his bare-chested, look at hitting bicep poses. Yeah, everyone loves to see your bicep poses. This is a Hypo Enchi butter het rainbow. So we're trying to produce more butter Hypo Enchi rainbows because. You know what? They turned out so great 2 years ago. I really want to get them this year too. Now this girl, once again, she was bred by a Hypo rainbow Enchi disco. So we're gonna get all Hypos. We're gonna get 50% of them gonna be rainbows. We're gonna get some Enchi, super Enchis in there. We're gonna get some butters in there. And butter seems to really redden up the eyes of the rainbows. I think she's done. So I don't want to disturb her too much. I'm just going to try to grab her and see if I can feel all the eggs out of her. She might have another egg in her because she hasn't really been tightly coiled around them. She's been kind of in that like defensive posture. So I don't want to bother her too much. Let's see. This clutch somehow snuck past Pablo because it's a little girl and she was under a little hide box. He left. He's like, oh, you have snake laying eggs, which I just checked on, and she's not done yet. But he missed this beautiful banana clown that's het pied, a very important clutch that we've been waiting for. She is teeny, but she's got some, looks like to be some good eggs there. There's not a lot of them, but she definitely looks like she did a good job. And she was bred by an Enchi clown, het pied. So my goal has always been to make Enchi banana clown pieds. And I haven't done it yet. This is right here, a potential. We definitely are going to produce, everything's going to be clown, which is nice. It's going to be the pied part that's going to be a little tough to hit because it's going to be a 25% chance. And it looks like we only have, I don't know how many eggs we got there. Maybe we got 4 or 5 eggs. Oops. Yeah, we got about 5 eggs. All right, so we might have a 1 in 4 chance of hitting a pied. And 50% of those could be bananas. Everything's going to be clown, so yeah, we have a decent chance. We might hit it, and they look like good eggs, so good job. This little girl, she did great. She did phenomenal. First clutch, she's a 20. She was a little slow to the start, but we got her. She did it in less than 2 years. Sometimes it pays to be persistent. We paired her up because she was eating real well, but she was never like a huge monster eater, and she did it, so I'm very happy. All right, we got 5 really nice eggs. They're a little on the small side compared to our normal eggs, but she was small. They all seem to have blood vessels and embryos, and I hope they go to term. 60 days, we're gonna find out if we can produce a banana Enchi clown pied. Oh. I've been dreaming about that snake for 3-4 years at least. So happy that I actually had the opportunity to try to make one here. We'll find out in 60 days. All good. Good day here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. All right, I think she's done. I only gave her another hour or so, but I think she's done. I think she just hasn't wrapped them that tightly. I'm gonna try to pull her. I'll feel if she palpates, see if she has any eggs in her. And I'm gonna pull this clutch from her because this is a really nice one. I'm gonna show you the father in a minute, but this could be, we could produce some really nice rainbows with this girl. All right, I was right. She's hollowed out. She's got nothing left in her. You can see that space right there, that little hollow? That's where all the eggs were inside of her, and she looks like she's got them all out. So we're gonna wash her up, clean her up, and get those nice eggs that are sitting there. And that looks like another 5 clutch of eggs that we have. So we'll take 5. I'll take 5 healthy eggs anytime. 50% of these should be rainbows because the father was a visual, so hopefully we'll have some good odds. All right, we went 5 for 5. 2 clutches of eggs, 5 eggs in each clutch. They all look good. We all have vessels. And my son was here and I was explaining to him that you can't shake the eggs, you can't drop them. Unfortunately, my son actually dropped a clutch of eggs earlier this year and all of them went bad in the incubator. And what happens is the egg looked fine, even though it dropped, but if you jar the egg, the embryo that's inside of here, that's attached by very delicate blood vessels, and which is getting its oxygen through the membrane, this egg membrane. If it gets dislodged from the blood vessels, there's no blood supply to the embryo, and then the embryo dies. So you have to handle these eggs very gingerly, because they can easily, once again, that embryo can get dislodged, and then it's just, the egg will just over the next week or so just turn brown and mold and go bad. So be careful. I always tell my son now, if he's gonna hold an egg, it's gotta be over the tub, not over the floor, and it's gotta be only an inch or 2 off the from away from the surface, because I drop stuff. I'm clumsy, so I have to be careful too myself, because anything can slip out of your hand if you're not paying attention 100% and you try to do 2 things at the same time. And kids get easily distracted, so very important that you understand that. All right, here's the father or sire of that clutch, the rainbow clutch that is. He is a beautiful, beautiful disco Enchi rainbow that's 100% het hypo. I didn't even know he was het hypo, but I proved out to be het hypo 2 years ago when I bred him. Really interesting looking coloration. He actually looks like he's got hurricane in him a little bit with these little potential swirly things going on here, but I don't think he is. I love the disco with the rainbow. To me, it's really kind of cool. I'm trying to hit the super disco rainbow this year, actually. I don't know if the female I have is going to be old enough to breed. We're trying. He's so different than the ultraviolet. The ultraviolet's got the purples in him and much darker. He's lighter. He's got the light eyes, the red eyes, and it's a different look, you know, for this type of rainbow. So depending on what you mix rainbow with, you're going to get a totally different look. And I love this boy as much as I love the ultraviolet. All right, I want to show you a little sneak peek of a clutch that hatched out. Hasn't shed yet, but we bred a hypopide to a double head hypopide. 50% should be pied, 50% should be hypos. We got almost all pieds. We got one snake that looks like it's a double head hypopide. Everything else was pied. How crazy is that? Low white pied, some of them, but all of them were pieds. No hypopides and no hypos. How crazy. I mean, the odds of not hitting one hypo, you know, on a 1 in 2 coin flip is pretty crazy, but it's all right. I'd rather get the pieds than get hypos. So. And all these, by the way, are het pied, so the clutch is really not bad. So we got all pieds that are het hypo, excuse me, and I haven't sexed them or anything like that. And they all look really nice, so I'm sure this will be a very popular clutch for people who want to get into the hypo pied project. And they're all big, juicy babies. Sometimes you get skinny babies. These are look at these. These things look like they've eaten about 4 meals already. They just hatched. And this mother and father actually produce really big babies, and they're consistently big. Usually I hit hypopides though with them. I'm surprised I didn't hit one. But that's the way it rolls. I like this one. This is a really low white pied. Really kind of cool looking. It's like, you can tell it's pied, but it's like hiding something type of thing. Okay, I mean, it theoretically could be just a ringer, but it's got creeping up. When the white creeps up the side like that, it's usually a pied in my experience. There's no Enchi in here, so. But good clutch. I'll take it. I'll take it any day of the week. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. We got the clutch I was looking for that Pablo told me about, and then we also got the surprise clutch. Pablo missed it.
It was so good.
Banana,
so good.
clown, het pied, bred to Enchi, clown,
so
het pied. We could have potentially a snake that I've been trying to make for Logan 4 years, a banana, clown, Enchi pied. Will we get it?
We're getting water lizards.
Yeah, that's another whole topic. But we are potentially going to make a very cool snake. So anyway, we're going to put those in the incubator. We did put them in the incubator. 60 days from now, we'll know exactly what we got. And we looked at that hypo pied clutch. We didn't hit any hypos, but we got a lot of pieds. So anyone who's looking for pieds, maybe wants to get into the hypo pied project, let me know, because all those pieds are also 100% het hypo. All right, guys, you know what to do. It's that time. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit that like button. I'll see you back
Peace out.
tomorrow morning.
Peace out. Look at the black up.